Hello, welcome to my final project of managing machine learning project in Coursera. My name is Elvin, and today I'm introduce a new problem which is related to banking operation. For most of the banks, predicting the volume and the time for ATM cash operation is a very typical problem. And this is a very good machine learning and big data questions, and the cash operation team in banks will clear this kind of problem. So our target is to create a prediction tool for bank cash management team to be able to predict the date and the volumes of cash to be transported to ATM machine in different locations in Singapore. The typical 6 steps for the proposed grasp, starting from the target user. Obviously, it's for cash operation manager, and the problem is they need to decide how many crews to allocate for cash transportation to ATM in different locations. So we need to consider about the date and the column and the volume of the transportation of the cash. So why it matters? If they allocate too many people, the waste of money. If they ask too few of the people, ATM would lack of money to withdraw and lead to customer dissatisfaction. Current stage. So currently, before we introduce the machine learning tool, usually they will use the experience to allocate the crews and to decide decide the routes of the transportation. Okay, so the next one is define the success. So our expected impact should be give a very clear time and the volume of transportation to specific ATM locations so that crews can be allocated accordingly. Our metrics should be the shortage time of the cache for specific location. This is the time and the volume. Target should be the next date for cache shortage for a specific location. So the prediction constraint must be this prediction should be delivered before 2 days in advance of cash shortage. The next the next step for this process should be identify the factors. So there are two key factors. The first one is the location, and the second one is time. And we can actually obtain this data from the database or database in the banking operations. Every time they will have that kind of the records that we can refer to. So the next one is um, understanding of data. We should understand that will be the missing data if we are not properly monitor the cash machines. And the second one is for the processing. Processing the possible features such as the time and the location and the interaction between these two features. And sometimes we will miss some of the features. It's very possible as well. And the next one should be the step 4. We need to balance of the performance and interpretability and a single model or tailored model. We should also consider the performance on the test sets and consider about the debugging the data issues. Finally, when we choose the model, we need to visualize the product integration, and we should consider the customer change management, and we should monitor the performance of the model for the retraining. In terms of the solution validation plan, this is a very typical linear regression model for every specific ATM in different location. As you can see in the map, different place they have the ATM. We should consider about the surroundings, the location, whether this is a very busy place in CBD or it's in the rural area. We should carefully monitor the linear regression for every specific location in Singapore. And when we're talking about the machine learning system design, there are several metrics, and we can see we choose the edge one of the model to deploy on the edge version because um, I don't think we need to use the cloud. This is a very silo problem, and we just need offline learning. The data can be renewed in one day. No need very real time data. And we want the bench prediction. Actually, there are a long time for the prediction to be used. So we have enough time. We don't need um, very real time prediction. We just need to know like in advance about 2 days, that kind of things. And the final one, the potential risk can be the concept drift risk, because current assumption is that the maximal volume of the one ATM is like 400 volume. So if the concept changed, then we need to reconsider about the data. The data will be changed very fast way. So we need to consider about this kind of concept drift. So this is all my presentation. Thanks for your listening.